Hi readers, it's Lori and Blue. Welcome back to my channel, Books, Ink, and Paper. This is our current foster dog, and yeah, he's got beautiful eyes. Look at the camera. Can you look at the Okay, don't. This may be interesting, but I decided to make a change of pace today and give you my book haul for February. It's bad. It's it's not all books that I bought, but mostly it is, and it's bad. It's bad. I mean, it's good, but it's also bad. So, book of the month. I wasn't sure if I was going to get more than one or not. In the end, I did. And one of the reasons is if you don't like the featured selections, you only have a certain choice for the add-ons that would count as your book of the month. So I had to be a little creative, but it's fine because I actually wanted all of these books. So I got Murder Road by Simone St. James. You know, I love her. I talked about it because it was my most anticipated for this month, about the couple who's on the road and they find a woman and they pick her up and then someone is trying to get her. I really want to get to this soon. But yeah, I feel like I'm going to fly through this. And so I'm good with that. Very good with that pick. I also picked Killers of the Flower Moon by David Grann. I have said I wasn't sure I was going to read this, but then we watched the movie, and so many of you and other friends that are bookish friends on Facebook, but maybe not subscribers, so many said, read the book. The book is so much better. So I picked it up as my add-on. This is about the Osage murders, and obviously they are telling me there are pictures, which is nice. They are telling me that this one goes deeper into the story of how the FBI was created as a result of this, rather than, you know, not that they're discounting what happened to these indigenous people, but also they are describing how this occurred, because how the need for the FBI began and how these people were caught and sentenced to prison. So this started in the 1920s, and the Osage Indian Nation in Oklahoma, they discovered oil on their land, which made them wealthy, and then some people got in there and started to interfere. Terrible heartbreak. And then this was the book of the year, Abby Jimenez, yours truly. Never read anything by Abby Jimenez, but I grabbed it anyway because it was the book of the year for 2023. It is about a doctor whose divorce is about final, and she's looking for a kidney donor for her brother. And then there's a new doctor at the house at the hospital. And there's some, I guess, maybe not enemies to lovers, but probably some challenge between the two of them. Again, I'm no longer saying I don't read romance. I plan to read this. It's pretty chunky, actually, for a romance. It's probably maybe a little bit more robust than some. It does have a reader's guide, 385 pages. So yeah, so some book club questions, and it sounds like fun. Because I love Simone St. James so much, I also picked up The Other Side of Midnight, which I didn't own. I do now. I love this cover. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. So this one goes back in time a bit to London, 1925. A medium makes her fortune connecting with her people's loved ones, and now she's been murdered at one of her own seances, but she leaves a message behind asking her friend Ellie Winter to help solve what happened to her. If that doesn't sound great, I don't know what does. Perfect. And because I finished, I'm not going to talk about it today, but because I finished book one in a series, I picked up book two. Yeah. So I guess you're going to assume now that I liked book one, and I did. But this is the Inspector Gamas series set in Canada in Three Pines. He comes back to investigate another death. The last one was set at Thanksgiving time. This one is set at Christmas time, which I actually kind of like when a series kind of goes with you through the periods of time that these people are really experiencing. So if that's what happens in all 19 of these books, that would be great. But I might actually read this before. I could save it for July because I do have a Christmas in July reading plan. But sorry about my Kleenex allergies. I might want to get to it sooner because I really did. Obviously, spoiler alert, I really did like book one a lot. Then I was gifted some things from the BookTube Besties retreat. The one book I've already talked about because it came before the end of January. I won a prize in a giveaway at the BookTube Besties retreat. And the person who was delivering my prize was Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library, which was delightful because I adore her. She said to me, your prize is a blind date with a book in a book sleeve. If you're not familiar, Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library makes book sleeves. I have a number of them, and now I have more. So this was the first one I'm going to show you. Is this not gorgeous? And look, the craftsmanship on these is incredible. She does a wonderful job. They're sturdy. The stitching is even and beautiful. And so inside of this one was Lisa Scatolini. I've never read anything by this author. So this is perfect. And I love the title, What Happened to the Bennetts? So the family has been attacked. Now you have to choose between law and justice. Jason Bennett drives his family home when a pickup truck begins tailgating them on a dark stretch of the road. Two men jump from the pickup and pull guns on Jason, demanding the car, and a horrific flash of violence changes his life forever. That's all I want to know. And it's perfect in this book sleeve. So I'm not gonna put it in there because I'm gonna put it on my shelves, but perfect. And then I thought one book sleeve, one blind date with a book. No, I had two dates. This is like perfect. I just love this. I don't know if you can see, but it has a little bit of, it's got little nuances of white in through it. It's just gorgeous. And again, look at the stitching and the construction. And I mean, I could never. I have a pattern to make a book sleeve. I could never make one like this, but inside that one was Night Road by Kristen Hanna. She asked me what kinds of books I was really into these days, and I said I'm trying to read some backlist of Kristen Hanna's, but I don't have them all, and so I did not have this one. So Night Road says, for a mother, life comes down to a series of choices: to hold on, to let go, to forget, to forgive. Which road will you take? So it looks like some angst with mom and child, and I don't want to know too much about it except, yes, bring it on. I love this cover too. I got a really great experience with covers this month. Then I went to Sam's the other day to get a few things and meet my daughter-in-law to get my Girl Scout cookies, and went inside to get a few things that we needed, and look what was there. End of story by A.J. Finn. I still have the price tag on it. This is the second one by this author. I really, really enjoyed the first one very, very much, which was called The Woman in the Window. By the way, if you have never read A.J. Finn, I do recommend it. That one's about a woman who is stuck in her house because she has agoraphobia. This one says, for fans of Knives Out. I'll be dead in 3 months. Come tell my story. It doesn't sound like Knives Out, but I guess maybe to some degree. So this writer, Sebastian Trapp, calls in a correspondent named Nikki Hunter to tell his story to. And then I guess the story leads to a mystery or something that is spectacular. I don't want to know too much. I do love this cover. I really enjoyed The Woman in the Window. And let me just say, the Sam's price was lower than I could find it anywhere else, because while I was in the Sam's warehouse, I did look for prices in other stores, and this one beat everything. I don't know if you have a Sam's membership or if you shop for books at Sam's Club, but they often have the new releases for sure. Then finally, in the physical realm of books, I grabbed this one. It's been on my list since I knew it was going to be released earlier in the year. I love Janice Hallett. I love these books so much. And this one is really intriguing to me because it is about a missing child who has been missing for a really, really long time, and then an author chooses to write a story about her. And it's a dark, dark story. It is also epistolary. Knock myself out. So it looks like it has transcripts, text messages, or letters. Oh, this is WhatsApp. So we're getting into the WhatsApp. It's funny because I just read a book that referred to WhatsApp a lot. And I always laugh about that because in 10, 15 years, what if WhatsApp doesn't even exist? And then we will consider those books to be ancient. I love these books. My partner loves these books. I have two to go now, though, to get to current with Janice Hallett, but I will have no trouble with that. And if you're not familiar, she wrote The Appeal and The Christmas Appeal. And what else did she write? Now I'm going to have to look. The Twyford Code, which is really actually right up there on my mantle. So how could I not remember that? So anyway, this would be the Twyford Code, and this one would be the ones I need to get to. And then while I was checking out, I got that at the Barnes and Noble, by the way. So let me just say kudos to this girl who sold me another book at the checkout. So this one was a BOGO 50% off, and she really just sold it. I've never heard of this author. I've never heard of this book. Caitlin Mullen. She sees it as kind of under appreciated, and so I was all about that. Summer in Atlantic City, the boardwalk is empty of tourists because two Jane Does are laid out in the marshland behind the Sunset Motel. Only one person knows that they're there. But meanwhile, Clara, a boardwalk psychic, struggles to attract clients for the tarot readings that pay her rent when she begins to experience very real and disturbing visions that are probably related to these missing women that have gone missing in their town. Clara meets Lily, an ex-Soho art gallery girl who is working at a desolate casino spa. This sounds like my town. Thinks Lily may be able to help her if they can put the pieces together. They may save another lost girl. So apparently there is a pattern that has erupted for these two women that are missing, and then they are apparently considering that more and more women will go missing. She said it was dark. She said it was about marginalized people, and she said it was a good pace and it was really well written. And so I thought, yeah, okay, just add it to the pile. It's gotten some good buzz. Caitlin Mullen is, let's see, is this her first novel? It might be. There's nothing else listed, so Please See Us by Caitlin Mullen. And kudos to all the Barnes and Noble booksellers who are trying to add on extra books to our pile, and kudos to us for being an easy sell. And I also hauled a book on Kindle. It was one of my Prime first reads, so I get a free read from Amazon Prime every month, I guess because I'm a member. So the one I chose is Family Reservations by Liza Palmer. This one had a pretty good rating, even though it's new. It's just coming out. I don't know that it's even out yet. Nope, it comes out April 1st. So this is a new book for sure. This is about a mom, her children. They are restaurateurs. They've been in this family restaurant business for a long time. And then something happens that erupts within this family, and there's some fighting and there's breach of relationship. And so it sounds like a family drama, but it's getting some good buzz. And it was the one that I picked out of all of them. So that's it. That is my haul for the month of February. Yes, it's crazy big, but I'm okay with it. I'm really at peace with it, I think. I'm not sure my partner's at peace with it, but I am. Let me know what you acquired in the month of February. And if you have acquired any of these books or read any of these books, let me know that too. And as always, happy reading. I'm going to try to hold these up now, and I'll see you soon. Bye.